Starting a small business is a dream many wish to realize in their lifetime. There's just something about growing a successful company from the ground up. But for others, that entrepreneurial route isn't for them. And so you may consider purchasing an existing business instead, which often allows you to avoid the painful startup process while still growing and running a successful company. Hi, I'm attorney Alexis Johnson of AFJ Law Group, a Michigan business litigation firm specializing in small business and real estate transactions. This video will talk about some considerations when it comes to whether or not you may want to purchase an existing business. So let's get started. The right lawyer makes the difference. AFJ Law Group. If you'd like to receive weekly legal informative content like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, when it comes to purchasing an existing business, there are many pros and cons. In fact, we could make a whole separate video just talking about that, which we probably will. But when it comes to evaluating whether or not the purchase of an existing business is right for you, there are three factors that you should think about. First, your personal situation. Second, your financing options. And third, the type of business itself. If you are seriously considering purchasing an existing business, you should work with a business attorney to navigate you through the complex process. There are a lot of legal issues that can arise, such as when you're securing financing for the purchase or navigating issues to get the business up and running. So if you have questions, please reach out to my team at afjlawgroup.com, or you can call or text us at 248-266-2135. So let's get into some considerations you should think about when it comes to purchasing an existing business and whether or not it may be right for you. While there's no denying that purchasing an existing business rather than running a startup can be a safer option to becoming an entrepreneur, there is still a lot of legwork necessary, and initial research is key. The first thing you should consider is what type of business you want to buy. Generally speaking, you should seek out businesses that have ties to your own professional work and expertise. If you don't have experience in a particular industry, buying a business in that field will likely be more difficult than working within a field you are familiar. The next thing to consider is demand. It's important to figure out the demand for the service or product you want to offer. This ties into also understanding the market competition. In addition to figuring out the demand, you need to be well aware of what existing competition is in place for the product or service. If you're purchasing a business that's already in an oversaturated market, this will be a hurdle you'll need to identify and address sooner than later. Conducting due diligence ensures you have access to important information about the business you're buying. It's the best way for you to assess the value of the business and the risks associated with buying it. It's also necessary to secure financing for the purchase. You should have a checklist of items to complete with a business attorney prior to buying an existing business, which will address a variety of elements, including things like the business's financial information, such as any existing liens, debts, tax returns, expenses, profit margins, and inventory. You should also have information about the structure and formation of the business, including bylaws or articles of incorporation, shareholders or investors, and compliance filings. Assessing the business's assets and liabilities is extremely important, including things like commercial real estate, equipment, furniture, and products. Finally, you'll need to be aware of the existence of any business contracts, legal issues or disputes, and intellectual property, such as trademarks or service marks.